Hi, welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today by Unibet. Do not forget to check the description and to check out all the latest stories from Unibet. As I say every day, some brilliant stuff on transfers. A couple of articles in there from me as well, and keeps you up to date with what's been happening, not just at Arsenal, but all of the Premier League. Lots of transfer activity taking place at this time of year, and it's always interesting to find out who's coming in where. Now, who's coming in here? That's what we really want to know. And the big talk today is all about Nicolas Pépé of Lille. We were linked with Pépé even before the transfer window began, but then all of a sudden all those stories came in about Arsenal's limited budget, 40 million, 45 million, that's all we've got to spend, and there's not really been a lot of talk about Nicolas Pépé since then. But all of a sudden today it's emerged that Nicolas Pépé appears to be back on Arsenal's radar. Now, Pépé, as we all know, is one of the most sought-after players in Europe right now. He had a brilliant season last year for Lille. Lille ended up finishing second in the French league to PSG. And Pépé was the second highest scorer, only bettered by Mbappe last season. A total of 22 league goals, or was it 23 league goals in 41 appearances. And a really excellent return for Pépé, a really breakthrough season for him. He's still of a great age, only 24, and can play as a does play as a wide player. He's a left-footed player, but was playing out last year predominantly on the right-hand side for Lille. But then possibly, we know on Arsenal, really it's that left-hand side of the wing that's the real problem. But he's a left footer, could probably play it out there as well if we was to get that over the line. Now, it looked like he was a favourite to go to Napoli. His agents already had talks there with Ancelotti. He's gone in, seen Ancelotti. But the president of Lille last week confirmed that 4 clubs have put in acceptable bids for Pépé. Those clubs are said to be Napoli, Liverpool, Manchester United and Arsenal. But now today it's emerging that Arsenal seem to be the favourites to sign Nicolas Pépé, and a lot of that seems to be based on the fact that Arsenal would be willing to pay a higher agent fee, said to be up to be about 9 million. That's a lot of money for an agent, but Arsenal said to be a team willing to pay that high agent fee of up to £9 million. Now, again, we've heard a lot of talk about Arsenal's limited budget this summer. Vinay and Sanelli in their meeting with the Arsenal Supporters Club made it quite clear that, they don't know where this 45 million pounds come from, and that they wouldn't reveal how much money they had to spend, but they said that that was simply not true, that they only had that amount of money to spend. So could they possibly be going in for Nicolas Pépé? As I said, there's lots of publications today suggesting that Arsenal are the favourites to sign him. And I said a lot of that's based off of the fact that they'd be willing to pay the agent's fee. Who knows? Who knows with this? You also got to look into the fact that, out of those clubs that are interested in Nicolas Pépé, Napoli can offer Champions League football, so can Liverpool, of course. Arsenal can't. Man United can't as well, as we know, but Arsenal can't. So what will Nicolas Pépé's decision be in this? Forget his agent for a minute. I mean, obviously his agent would love that big whopping signing on fee if he could get that from Arsenal. But what does the player want to do? What does he want to do for his career going forward? It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. As I said, for me, it still looks like Napoli are the favourites to sign Nicolas Pépé. But if Arsenal was to pull a signing like Nicolas Pépé off, that is the type of signing that would get fans excited. And we know Josh Kroenke said, be excited. There's exciting signings coming in. So if Pépé did get pulled off, that would be a coup. But let's wait and see how that one develops out. There is, of course, still Wilfried Zaha. He's that other wide option that Arsenal are looking at. We've discussed it time and time on the show. Arsenal interested in him, lodged an original £40 million bid, which was rejected. Palace said to want around about £80 million. Could the fact that Arsenal are, seriously looking at Nicolas Pépé force the hand, not so much of Palace, but of Wilfried Zaha? If he sees his dream move starting to fade away, will that be the thing that triggers him to really throw his toys out of the pram and demand a move from Crystal Palace? Who knows? Again, that could be another sort of a scenario that could play out. We know that, Raul Sanelli, who's at Arsenal now, previously at Barcelona, is one of these guys who can be pretty aggressive in the transfer market and force these type of things to happen. It wouldn't have been the case under the previous regime. So, again, interesting to see how this one's going to play out. And I thought I'd do a poll today. Yes, a poll, right? Nicolas Pépé or Wilfried Zaha? Which one of those would you prefer at Arsenal? Both of them outstanding players. As I said, Nicolas Pépé had a brilliant season last year for Lille. I remember speaking to the guys at Get French News, and they said that, he's the real deal. Breakout season for him last year, and he's only going to get better. Or Wilfried Zaha, we know what he can do. We see him week in, week out in the Premier League. In the poll today, who would you prefer at Arsenal? Let me know, vote in that. And then there's Kieran Tierney. A lot of talk that Arsenal are really closing in on Tierney, that this is getting nearer and nearer. We already know that Celtic have bought in a left-back already. They signed that left-back a few weeks ago. And even though Celtic have really been playing hardball over this, they really want to get as much money as they can. Said to be able to be about £25 million. They're not interested in all of these add-ons that Arsenal have tried to be coming with. It's, lots of suggestions that it's close. Even suggestions I was reading today that a medical is planned for this weekend for Kieran Tierney. Again, I've been saying for quite a while, I do expect this deal to get done. It has been protracted. It has been running right throughout the summer. But I do expect it to get done. And again, time is running out now in the transfer window. I think it's the 8th of August it closes. So deals, we're going to see movement on a lot of these things over the next couple of weeks, up until when the transfer window closes. But certainly it looks like Arsenal growing in confidence that they will get the deal for Kieran Tierney done. The other team that's interested in him, of course, are Napoli as well. So let's see how that one all pans out. But certainly Arsenal confident that will get done. Now, all those incomings would be brilliant. But what about outgoings? What about the so-called dead wood? There's still a lot of players that are still here that, we're wondering, are Arsenal going to get rid of these players? And I was going through a little list of them today. There's Koscielny, of course. It probably wasn't expected to leave by Arsenal, but after refusing to go on the US tour, throwing his toys out the pram and saying that he wants his move, it's possible that, he will be moving. I can't see him, he's apparently training at the moment with the kids. Possibly that he could end up at Bordeaux, but, he hasn't gone out yet. Mustafi, I think most Arsenal fans agree that, it's time for him to leave. Hasn't been successful at all at Arsenal, but no bids at the moment for Mustafi. Doesn't seem to be any movement, doesn't seem to be anybody coming in to try and buy Mustafi, and Arsenal would demand quite a high fee because they did pay £35 million for him. Carl Jenkinson did okay on the tour of the US, played quite a lot in that tour. A lot of that due to injuries to Maitland-Niles and the fact that we haven't really got a right back. Remember, Hector Bellerin, is our main right back, has been out for ages and still not back, even though near to return. Still no news on him moving out. Possible Crystal Palace interested in him, but still no movement on him. Mohamed El Neni still at the club. We were hearing that West Ham might be interested in him. But at the moment, no movement on him. What about this next guy? Remember him? Takamo Asano, yes. Hasn't played for Arsenal. Been out on loan. He was out on loan at Hanover last year. Really an unsuccessful loan period. Played 13 league games. No goals in that time. Hanover had started to refuse to play him because they realised that, you know, if they kept playing him, they'd have to activate this clause where they had to buy him. That's how bad he was. They didn't want him. He's still at Arsenal. What's going to happen with him? Remember, we bought him in from Stuttgart. And what will happen to Nacho Monreal, say, or Kolasinac, if we buy Kieran Tierney? You know what I mean? That will make a total of 3 left-backs at the club. Would Monreal move out? Possibly. He's the older of the few. There have been a few bids from Spain or interest from Spain for Nacho Monreal. So a lot of players still to be moved out. A lot of the so-called dead wood to go. So it's going to be really interesting. And you can add into that, there's players like Christian Bielik, who didn't figure in pre-season. Could he go out? Going to be really interesting to see. Thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget, it's the Emirates Cup tomorrow. So that's going to be really good. Be interesting to see if the new boy Ceballos plays. Guendouzi might be back for that. Torreira as well. So looking forward to that. But thanks for watching the show, and we'll be back tomorrow.